And, you know, losing weight's pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty simple. You find some foods that you enjoy that are low calorie dense. What do I mean by that? I mean that they are satiating, they fill you, but you can eat a whole bunch of it without ingesting too many calories. And that is... Good morning, folks, and happy Thursday. So I'm a little annoyed this morning. I dang wasted a whole bunch of freaking time. So I woke up with a little bit of a sweet tooth this morning, right? And I was like, you know, my French toast isn't gonna quite cut this sweet tooth, right? So when I'm having a really, really, really bad sweet tooth in the mornings, I like to take like maybe a tablespoon worth, maybe, of Nutella. Not even a tablespoon worth. But needless to say, I like to take a little bit of Nutella. Now I cut up some fruit, and then I'll eat the fruit with the Nutella. A lovely, lovely sweet treat. Well, I looked everywhere in the freaking house, everywhere. There wasn't a spot I did not look. I looked up and down everywhere, at least 2 or 3 times each location. It's been at least 20 minutes looking around for this. And finally I just got it into like a little hanker, and I was like, that dog did not. So I went and looked in the trash can, and there's an empty container of Nutella in there. Why? How? 1, and why? 2. How did you get the Nutella that was on the table? And why would you grab the Nutella on the table? So annoying. Love my dogs to death, but they'll make you want to pull your freaking hair out. They're like children, folks. They're like children. Just so you know. Say thank you to all the dog parents out there, because those things will make you want to pull your freaking hair out. Like literally, I was making amazing time and spectacular time and impeccable time, and now we're running late as shit. All because my dog ate the freaking Nutella. Dang. So irritating. So irritating. And I was really looking forward to that Nutella. And I had already cut up the fruit. So I just went ahead and ate the fruit. Had to raw it. Had to raw dog the fruit. I mean, no problem with that. I love fruit, but I mean, it's a low calorie dense option, you know what I mean? But definitely annoyed that I just wasted like 20 minutes of my day trying to find the freaking Nutella that was in the trash can that the dog ate. Dang. And that sounded really good. Like I was having dreams about Nutella, bananas, and strawberries. Quite literally having dreams. And guess what? My dreams did not come true. I guess I was having dreams about it because the dog was eating it. But folks, as you see, I'm running so much behind. I started the car and got the heck out of the driveway before even finishing the intro this morning. So let's go knock out this lift, get stronger today than we were yesterday, and then go get better today than we were yesterday, to the best of our abilities. Well, if the traffic on the way here is any predictor about the traffic on the way to practice, we're in for a wild ride this morning. That's all I can really say. A wild ride. Let's park up and get in here, knock out this lift, and get back out of here as quickly as we can so that we have adequate amount of time to make it to practice so that we aren't late and we can catch all of technique. A little bummed out we were not able to get adequate lift in. We had enough time to, but one of my students' old students' parents saw me while I was at the gym, and of course they wanted to talk. They wanted to see how life was going. They wanted to know where I was training, what I was doing, if they could get their kid into my program. And I was like, of course, your daughter was awesome in my class. You know I don't care. They're like, I just can't fathom spending hundreds of dollars a month to not know if my kid's gonna like it and to be locked into a contract for a year at least. I was like, understandable. That's why we did what we did, so that if there's one family that's a little bit more blessed than the next family, that family makes up for that family who can't pay or can only give $1 a class, you know? And he was like, you know, I love what you're doing. And so of course I'm not gonna be that guy who's like, hey, I got things I gotta do. You gotta stop talking to me, you know? Of course I would never do that, of course. And of course, I love hearing from my old peoples, because I hadn't seen this person in about a year, and I usually run into him in the gym every month or so, and I just hadn't seen him. So of course they wanted to chit chat, they wanted to catch up, they wanted to see how things were going, and so we didn't get an adequate lift in. We got a little lift. We ran through our clickers as quickly as we could. If we get enough time today, we will go knock out another lift later. If not, then we always have Sunday. We'll do a lift and maybe a cardio and then maybe a sauna sit on Sunday. I have no idea. But I do know that we are running incredibly late, because by the time we had gotten done with our conversation, it was slick time to go, and I needed to get out of there. I only had 30 minutes tops to get in and get out. So by the time we got done yapping with each other, it was time to go. So let's hit the road. Let's go get better today than we were yesterday. And then if we get enough time later today, go and finish getting stronger today than we were yesterday. But yeah, folks, I still got some lifting in just to kind of warm up my body, prime my body for later today, but we were not able to get I would definitely not say that was an adequate lift. So let's head to the gym so that we can maybe make up for it with making it there on time. But before we drive off, hold on, one more thing. You don't know how much it warms my heart to hear that kids who haven't been in my class in years and parents still want to keep up with me, and they haven't been in my class in 3, maybe 4 years. Literally most amazing feeling ever to know that I left an impact like that on someone. It's an amazing feeling. When I started explaining what we've built, I just couldn't stop talking about it. I just couldn't stop. It just makes me happy. Hopefully I'm touching one kid's life. One kid. That's all it takes. One person. You touch one person can change the world. So yeah, let's get to practice, folks. Luckily, traffic was generous to us today, so we have made it here in hopefully enough timing to catch all of technique. So let's get in here and, well, find a parking spot, get better today than we were yesterday as quickly as we can, so that we can catch all of technique. Oh Lord, finding a parking spot's gonna be a struggle today. But let's get in here. Let's get better today than we were yesterday. Yeah, we freaking missed technique today, folks. Not drilling technique, but we missed going over technique. We missed the little details. And the bad thing is what we were doing today was something I had never worked before, ever. My 10 years of jiu-jitsu, I've done it before, but I've never worked it and never been shown it, and never really compartmentalized it in the way in which Coach did today. But we did get to drill it. And surprisingly, not catching the tiny little details in which we missed, we still managed to hit it. So our intuitive brain came in handy. But yeah, folks, that's one thing that I absolutely love about jiu-jitsu. Muay Thai, there's freaking 8 attacks. A punch, or I guess 4 attacks. Punch, left punch, left elbow, right elbow, left knee, left kick, right kick, teeps. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's other ways you can throw it, but in the grand scheme of things, it is punch, kick, knee, elbow. That's it. That's literally it. There's things you can do to make it better, but in the grand scheme of things, that's it. With jiu-jitsu, there's millions. Like, I literally mean millions of different ways that you can do things. That's what makes jiu-jitsu so awesome. It's because 10 years later, you are still growing, you're still learning, and you're still progressing. You're still adding new tactics to your game. But folks, I am really craving some freaking kava. But I packed my lunch today, so I don't really want to stop and get food. I mean, it makes no sense to stop and get food when I have food. But some kava sounds real good right now. But if I get kava, then I'm wasting the food that I packed. And I'm going to get home later than I am right now. Like right now, we are making spectacular timing. We'll get a nice big nap in before practice, but some kava sounds real nice. It's kind of like damned if I do, damned if I don't. I don't satisfy my craving for kava if I don't go get kava, but I'm gonna get home super freaking late if I go get kava. So I guess we're just gonna drive. We're gonna grub down on our stammies. Yay. We did not stop for kava because traffic was an absolute freaking nightmare. And I'd have been pretty upset if I got all the way here and had to turn my ass right back around to go get better today than we were yesterday. But we don't. We got like 2 hours. So I'm gonna go enjoy my 2-hour nap and then get up and go do what we do best. Get better today than we were yesterday. Well, our nap was terrific. But we woke up to make us a little smoothie for like a pre-workout snack, right? And the smoothie, it's wonderful, right? Great. Good smoothie. Terrific smoothie. But if I would have finished the smoothie 2 minutes sooner, I would not be soaking freaking wet right now. But other than that, my nap was pretty good. Nice and refreshing. It did its job. Let's head across the state of Georgia and battle this rain and get better today than we were yesterday, and I guess just do our best not to freaking get rained on no more. That was a lot. Or if I would have just waited 2 more minutes to walk out of the door, I wouldn't have gotten freaking hit by a monsoon. Either way, if I'd have been 2 minutes later or 2 minutes earlier, we would not be soaked right now. But let's hit the road, folks, and let's hope that this Atlanta traffic treats us well. Well, I don't know how we did it, folks. We left the house and it was pouring down rain, and we make it to the gym and then it's pouring down rain again. But we didn't make it on time, which is highly impressive. I don't know how we did that one either. Let's find a spot to park this freaking tank and get in here and get better today than we were yesterday and try to stay as dry as we possibly can. I guess being dry doesn't really matter considering we're about to get in here and get sweaty as hell. So let's get in here and get better today than we were yesterday, folks. Well, practice went stinking amazing, folks. And someone was a freaking G and unlocked the next door for me so that I could shower. So now we don't have to shower after an hour-plus drive. We can just grub down and game up. You know what I mean, folks? So let's run in here, or let's get this thing started. Get our show on the road. Get our butts home so we can call it a night, folks. Catch some freaking dubs, or probably heckle a little bit since JB's not home. But I have no idea. If Marco has nothing planned, we may hop on and catch some dubs. If so, we will probably heckle a bit. Oh, or play high on life. I forgot about that. See, this is why I start games and never finish them. I know y'all are giving me shit all the time about that. We're going to finish high on life. We are. Most definitely. Most definitely. So, maybe not tonight, but we are going to finish it. Let's get our butts home, folks, because I am quite hungry. Alrighty, we have made it home, folks, and it wasn't half bad of a ride while we weren't able to just hop on the interstate and shoot straight home. We had to hop off the interstate, hop back on it, hop off, hop back on it. We did make it home pretty quickly, quicker than what the GPS said, so I would say that's a win for the day. What also is a win for the day is that we were able to get our freaking 8 hours in today. I'm proud of us. I'm happy. I'm excited. I feel like a normal human again. Rejuvenated, revitalized, and refreshed. Happy I was able to get my 8 hours in. Were you able to get your 8 hours in? I'm just kidding, folks. It doesn't take 8 hours of training to get into shape. It takes 8 hours if you want to be the best fighter in the world, but to just be good at jiu-jitsu, be good at martial arts, be good at whatever aspect you choose, you ain't got to put that much effort in. I just believe training religiously because then absolutely no. So Dan Gable used to wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to get work in because he believed if he was working at 3 o'clock in the morning, nobody else is getting better at that time. So he has to be the best. And I fully believe it. If you are working more than everybody else, how can anyone beat you? It's pretty straightforward. And it definitely gives you a sense of confidence. Confidence is built in the room, in the training sessions. It's not built. It's not just given. It is earned. Confidence is earned, I guess is a good way of putting it. Confidence is freaking earned. But folks, we have made it home. I guess we're going to take our butts inside and we're going to grub down on our low-cal chickpea freaking pasta. What is it? It is Philly cheesesteak chickpea pasta. Low calorie, tastes great, high protein. Gonna help you get leaner than freaking last time, folks. Losing weight is pretty freaking simple. Like, I eat whatever I want pretty much year round. Of course, in moderation, whatever I want in moderation. I do my cardio, I do my weight training, and then when it's time to cut weight, I'm not too far away. I spend about 2 weeks to a month losing maybe 5 to 10 pounds, and then we cut the rest, water load, and cut the rest off, right? And, losing weight's pretty easy. I mean, it's pretty simple. You find some foods that you enjoy that are low calorie dense. What do I mean by that? I mean that they are satiating, they fill you, but you can eat a whole bunch of it without ingesting too many calories, and that is what our chickpea pasta is like. I mean, it is super low calorie. I think the huge pot that I'm going to be eating tonight is like 350 calories, if that. Maybe 400. Needless to say, it's low calorie. It's going to fill me. It's going to put the protein back in me that I need, help me with recovery, rebuilding my muscles, rebuilding my body, all those good things. People overcomplicate weight loss. You don't need no keto diet. You don't need no freaking all this other jazz, all you really need to get into shape is a low calorie, dense diet. Foods that are going to fill you. Let's name a few. Veggies. Take all the veggies. Most proteins, I guess you could count as low calorie and dense. I mean, you're not going to be able to eat freaking 20 pieces of chicken, large piece of chicken. You're not eating thousands of calories of chicken. You're not eating thousands of calories of whatever other meat. Red meat, traditionally, it can be on the fattier side, so you may you may start pushing it a little bit with some red meat, but I just like to say protein in general. And there's carbs that are low cal and dense. Bread is really not, regular freaking white bread is not that calorie ridden. It's not as much as people say it is. Fruit Fruit's a carb that a lot of people like to cut out in the keto diet. You don't need to. You don't need to go carnivore. You don't need to go keto. Egg whites, that's another one. You can eat a shit ton of egg whites. You can eat like freaking 10 egg whites. 10 egg whites for the equivalent of 1 egg. So, I mean, you just got to get a little creative sometimes if you're wanting to lose weight. But you don't have to get into all these freaking fancy freaking diets. You just gotta eat right. Eat low calorie. Eat under your maintenance. Do your cardio. Do your weight training, and the weight will come off. It's biology, folks. It's how it works. Calories in versus calories out. If the calories in are less than the calories out, then guess what? You're gonna lose weight. Vice versa, you're gonna gain weight. That simple. That freaking simple. Track what you eat, and then remove 100 calories of it. Then track what you eat once you stop losing weight from that, or if you don't lose weight, do another 100. Another 100. Another 100. Until you start losing weight and you're satisfied and you get to the point where you want, and then maintain the calories and what you're ingesting. It's that simple. That's simple. You don't have to make losing weight super, 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 super complicated. But with that being said, folks, I guess I'm going to take my butt inside and I'm going to enjoy my chickpea pasta, and I'm going to call it a freaking night. So with that being said, I hope to catch y'all in the games. And if I don't, well, I still love you guys. Good night, folks, and BillyGoat freaking loves ya.